weather wasn't bad enough. It's about to get really real with the news that we just got. Rosenberg.
DMX is going to fight George Zimmerman in a quote-unquote celebrity boxing match. Really? Now, this is disgusting for many reasons. Number one, if George Zimmerman is a celebrity or famous at all, his fame is because he's the man who killed a child for no reason. And today, we learned this information on the day that Trayvon Martin would be 19 years old. However, Trayvon Martin is not 19 years old because he will always be 17 years old because that is when he was killed by George Zimmerman. And for a long time, I'm going to be totally honest, guys, though I had a lot of hate for George Zimmerman in my heart, I didn't think he was necessarily evil. I thought he was like slow. Like
an idiot.
Like a little bit mentally off. However, with this recent news and a photo online of him holding up his dukes and smiling, I realized the piece of garbage that George Zimmerman really is. And I promise you this, we will do everything in our power up here at Hot 97 to keep this ridiculous mockery from happening. Number one, he doesn't deserve to be a celebrity at all. He should be in jail, for God's sake. Number two, he's fighting DMX. Why isn't he fighting the game if this ridiculousness is going to happen? The game is 6'5", 10 years younger than DMX, and not a crackhead. No, he has to fight a skinny 43-year-old raging drug addict. If you're thinking about supporting this ridiculous mockery, no. The same man who killed Trayvon Martin could be a man that we see pummel a defeated, sad drug addict DMX. Is that really what we need?
Wake up, New York.
Yo, wake up, New York.
The Hot 97 Morning Show.
I don't even, guys. I want to turn it over to the audience. How does this make you feel? Maybe I'm overreacting.
There are definitely some people who think it's tight. They may not call and admit it, but there are definitely people who are going to be like, "This is going to be awesome."
Really, they're not thinking it through, though. They're not thinking it through. Like, we're going to give publicity to a child murderer. Like, he thinks he's untouchable just because he got off from the trial. Like, he's cleared. It's not cool, man. It's not cool at all.
And, you know, I know there's people who's like, yeah, but we could whoop his ass. But that's never going to bring this family's child back.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people feel like that.
Right. But then think about it. Now, Trayvon Martin's parents have to hear about this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Over and over. Think about that part of it. That's what I feel inside. That a bad situation, someone losing their child, a man gets off for murder, and now 2 years later, this same parents who lost their son because of what he looked like now have to deal with the guy who murdered their children. Is like, people are like watching him and talking about him, and he's still in the public eye. And
there's a chance that he would win a fight. I think a good chance, because DMX is a mess. And at the end of the fight, would be getting held up on shoulders and celebrated. That could happen. That is a real possibility, that George Zimmerman is being held up on shoulders in a ring as people cheer for him.
Think about what type of dude this is if he's even participating.
I know.
In this. Like, why isn't he, like, out there? Like, no matter what. Okay, if he feels that Trayvon attacked him, he still killed the kid. Why doesn't he feel sorry for that? And why isn't he out there talking to people about, like, yo, I did something horrible. I don't feel that I murdered him in cold blood.
We haven't heard any of that.
No.
Nothing. All we heard was him on the phone fighting with his new girlfriend.
Yeah, and threatening other people.
Pulling guns on other people.
And taking pictures at gun ranges and celebrating it.
Here's how I feel. It's the only song that we could come up with in the studio that kind of characterizes how I feel about how we act too often. Yeah, we all get on social media and we make little memes and we crack jokes during Black History Month and we do all of that stuff. But you know what we really are? We're just slaves, B. We just let all this stuff happen. We giggle and laugh. We shrug our shoulders like, oh, well. Put up a little emoticon. And that's about it. So what you gonna do to make sure that this Zimmerman DMX fight doesn't happen? Where's Swizz Beats at? Add him on Twitter. Tell him to pay attention to this. Where's D&Y, Rough Riders? Where y'all at? Y'all gonna let this happen? Because I don't understand. This can't happen. Hot 97 Morning Show.